everyone, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. So just to give you guys a little life update first, I'm on crutches. So basically what happened was that I got a little toe infection. I'm sorry, I know it sounds really gross, but yes, I had to get a little procedure done so as to remove it. So I can't walk today, I have to use my crutches. Don't worry guys, I'm all good, I should be off crutches tomorrow, but basically what I wanted to say was that I really just realized how much of a blessing it is to be able to walk on 2 feet normally. If you are able to walk properly today, if you're able to walk, to run, to do things normally, it is such a blessing. And I've just kind of realized that, well, I know my life is a blessing, but you know, we just take all these things for granted and it is so inconvenient to not be able to walk and have to use crutches. So yes, if you are able to do things properly with your body, to move normally, just be grateful. And yeah, I am still really grateful. I know it's nothing bad or anything, but yeah, just a reminder, let's just always be grateful for everything, and I think that we can be so much more positive in our lives if we are always grateful. So anyways, I know that is not the topic of this video. I just wanted to say that because I just like to say things from my heart. But anyways, today's video, as you can tell by the title, is all about my books and notebooks that I use for learning languages. So if you're new here and you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I basically speak quite a few languages, so I've done quite a bit of language learning in the past. So today I just want to show you guys all the notes and resources that I've used in the past, or currently. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. These are all the notebooks and books I'm using currently or have recently used. I obviously don't have everything here because for example, some languages that I've learned in the past, I'm not learning anymore. But yeah, so this is everything I have currently, so without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So I've decided to sort these books out by languages because I have quite a few here I want to show you. So let's get started with the first language, and that is Korean. So if you've watched my past video on how I'm currently learning Korean, you would have seen most of these resources already, but I'm just going to show you everything else that I have. So firstly, I have this little notebook here, and this is filled with vocabulary and just things to say on the go. So for example, dietary requirements. Also have some wise Korean proverbs in here for some reason, but yeah, it's just another vocab book. And then I have my little Korean phrase book, which I brought with me to Korea, and this is one of the first things I ever got when I started learning Korean. So yeah, it's really good. It has a lot of different phrases and it covers a lot of different situations as well. And then the cutest thing ever, wait for it guys. Oh my god, how cute is it? This is the Pocket Korean Dictionary by Tuttle, and how cute is it? I just can't get over it yet. It's really, really good. And then I have this. This is the Essential Korean Grammar, and this is honestly like the Bible of learning Korean. Trust me, this is so good. It covers every single Korean grammar point in the Korean language, and that is why I love it. It is so easy to understand as well. And yeah, as I said, it is the Bible, so I love this very much. The next book is this one here, which is the Mastering Conversational Korean for Beginners, and this was the first Korean textbook I ever got. And yeah, I go into more detail into this book in my How I'm Learning Korean video, so feel free to check that out. And then I also have this Real Life Conversations textbook by Talk to Me in Korean, and this is actually an ebook, but I just printed it out myself because I prefer hard copy. And yeah, so I really like this because it just goes into so much detail in terms of conversations, so all different types of conversations you can have. And yeah, I really like this. Now in terms of notebooks, I have this one here, and this is the first notebook I ever started off with Korean, and actually I started this on the 27th of November 2013. So the first page I ever made was on the alphabet. So yeah, that's how I started off with Korean. I started off with the alphabet and how to read, and then because I was in high school, I wasn't able to kind of study Korean seriously, and I only started to take it more seriously and study it as a subject this year. I finally finished filling out this notebook this year, recently, so yeah, it took a while, but it has all my vocab in here, not all of them, but just different things I do. So for example, I made this here and I just took Yuna's face and I just labeled it with all the different body parts in Korean. So that's something I like to do. So then I just took some notes from my textbook at uni, and actually I have done a how I take notes in Korean video as well, so feel free to check that out as well if you would like to. And so of course, because I finished that notebook, I've started another one here, and I'll just show you guys a page. So this is an example. So yes, this is what I'm currently using to take my notes in Korean. Now let's move on to Chinese. So I have this little Mandarin Chinese phrase book, which I don't use that much, but it's just really cute and I don't want to throw it away or, you know, get rid of it. I think it's really handy to have. So yeah, I have that. And then I also have my little book for Chinese idioms. So it has every single idiom in the Chinese language ever, and it's also really simple, and I've had this for about 10 years now, I would say. I got this when I was 9? Yeah. So 10 years. And then I also have a dictionary, which is the same as the Korean one but slightly bigger. And then in terms of notebooks, I have this one here, and this is for uni actually. So it has all my notes from my textbook. So for example, some vocabulary that I have a bit of difficulty putting in sentences, for example. So I'll just show you a page. So this is just a typical page in my book. And yeah, at the back of it I also have some vocabulary for different situations as well. So for example, physical description, and also the family tree, because the family tree can be really confusing in Chinese. So I just have that at the back of my book for reference and to make my life a bit easier. Now as for textbooks, I use this Contemporary Chinese, and it was actually prescribed by my uni. So that is how I have this. I have the textbook and the workbook. And then I have something else I use for Chinese. It's actually a little grid that I made. So what I did was I just went on Word document and I made this grid, because in Chinese it's a lot easier to write in grids when you have it here, and the reason why it's so big is because I use this for calligraphy. So I do like to do calligraphy. An example is this one. So this is just a poem I copied out, and yeah, I guess it's not really related to kind of note taking, but I just thought I'd show you guys anyway. And now for Indonesian. So also a little update, I'm actually not currently learning Indonesian anymore because I just really want to focus my time on Chinese and Korean. But of course I don't think I'll ever forget Indonesian because it's such a unique language and also really easy to learn as well. But I'll just show you the notes and the notebooks I use as well for learning Indonesian. So the first one I have is this little dictionary again. I quite like Tuttle, as you can see. And then I have this little grammar book here. Came with my textbook that I had from last year in year 12, and it has a lot of grammar points in here, which is really helpful. So for any language, I always recommend you have a grammar book, whether it be a giant book like my Korean one or a little booklet. Anything helps because grammar is super important when it comes to learning a language. And then I have this notebook here which I started last year, and in here I just wrote some diary entries in Indonesian to practice my Indonesian because I did it as a subject in year 12. And so this is just how it looks like inside. And yeah, so I guess if I have time here and there I will write a bit in here, but yeah, as I said, I'm really focusing on Korean and Chinese now. And then for my notes, I use this notebook here in year 10, I think. Year 11 and 10 and 11. Yeah, so here's just some examples. And yeah, as you can tell, or maybe you can tell, maybe you haven't been able to tell, but I like to use highlighters and keep my notes organized by colors. So I write my examples in blue, for example, and then my grammar points in black pen. I just like to keep that color coding to make things easier and more neat. Then I also had this other notebook for Indonesian as well. And then lastly is Polish. I just have two little things because I haven't been able to learn it seriously yet, but I have this Polish phrase book, which I actually learned how to read polish from this. So yeah, this is really good. And then I also have this little booklet here, and it's called Speak Polish with Confidence. It's really plain. I actually just found this in my house. So but yeah, inside it just has a lot of different phrases and conversations. So the last thing I want to show you guys is this notebook here. So this notebook is super exciting. Not too exciting as of yet because I haven't actually written anything in here, but it's super exciting because one of my goals is to learn more languages, whether it be continuing on with a current learning language, so Polish, or some new languages. So my goal is to learn some Japanese, German and Spanish, as well as Polish. So I've just labelled it here, and I'm super excited because I just can't wait to learn more phrases, to communicate with more people. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever be fluent in all of these languages, but if I can just say a few phrases, communicate basically with some people in these languages, I'll be more than happy. So yeah, this is my new notebook for some new language that I'm learning. And yeah, that is it. That is all the notebooks and books that I currently have for learning languages. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and hopefully I could inspire you and motivate you to learn a language. Honestly, learning languages is one of the best things you can do. It's so great, especially because I believe that the more languages we can speak, the more peaceful the world will be, because we can communicate with each other more, right? So yeah, that is all I wanted to say for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!